The Marvel Cinematic Universe has spent 10 years wowing us with entertaining superhero films that feature origin stories, scientific experiments, government task forces, witty banter, AI technology, glowing rocks, aliens, villains, and even machine gun-wielding raccoons. Among the hundreds of intricate details that contribute to the building struggles between the forces of good and evil, the cohesive thread connecting our heroes and villains is the powerful set of Infinity Stones.
Infinity Stone.
As the grand storyline develops each character and details the arguments amongst them, these stones become the key to the mega war looming overhead and the crucial puzzle pieces to keep track of. Here's the glimpses of that overarching plot we've seen so far. The MCU kicks off with the introduction of billionaire playboy Tony Stark in Iron Man. After being implanted with his generator, building his suit, and fighting some bad guys, Nick Fury arrives to introduce Stark and our audience to the Avengers Initiative, a project started by superhero tracking government agency S.H.I.E.L.D. Next, we meet government scientific experiment gone wrong Bruce Banner in The Incredible Hulk. He has some anger issues. Meanwhile, S.H.I.E.L.D's super spy Natasha Romanoff, a.k.a. Black Widow, pops up in Iron Man 2. By the first Thor film, we meet a soon-to-be major villain Loki and see our first Infinity Stone. Nick Fury reveals the Tesseract Cube, or Space Stone as it's known in the comics, in a post-credits scene. The Tesseract pops up again as we are catapulted back to the 1940s for Captain America: The First Avenger. While Cap is fighting Nazi terrorist organization Hydra, their plan to create weapons of mass destruction is foiled, and the Tesseract goes down with a crashing ship and Cap into the Arctic Ocean. 70 years later, Cap wakes up to find Nick Fury and his growing team of superheroes in need of assistance. The Avengers opens with Loki making a deal for an army to subjugate Earth in exchange for the Tesseract. When the unstable Tesseract opens a wormhole from Earth, Loki arrives with a glowing scepter that allows him to control minds. After the Avengers fight off the army and capture Loki, the Tesseract is taken to Asgard for safekeeping. In a post-credits scene, Thanos, a misshapen and mad member of the Titan race, is told the attack on Earth failed. After the uneventful Iron Man 3 installment, Thor returns to Earth in Thor: The Dark World to stop the Dark Elves from using the Ether to destroy worlds and turn the universe into dark matter. The Ether Force corresponds in quality to the Reality Stone and is taken for safekeeping to a man named the Collector in a post-credits scene. Captain America: The Winter Soldier lays the groundwork for a major rift among the Avengers. While Cap fights his old pal Bucky, it's revealed Hydra has taken over S.H.I.E.L.D, and they also have Loki's staff. The Mind Stone is discovered inside that staff and is being used to control people with special abilities, like Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. Guardians of the Galaxy introduces Star-Lord and his misfit gang of heroes with a very humorous tone. But the most important part of the film is the orb containing the Power Stone. The Guardians keep the stone away from Ronan and Thanos and return it to the Nova Corps for safekeeping. Back on Earth, in Avengers: Age of Ultron, the Avengers find the Mind Stone while raiding the Hydra facility in Sokovia and implant it in Stark's defense program, Ultron. The plan goes totally sideways, of course, and a sentient Ultron begins a plan to extinguish humanity, which includes building himself a vessel out of vibranium. Amidst lots of fighting and destruction, Stark is able to upload J.A.R.V.I.S into the body, creating Vision. Now, Vision holds the Mind Stone right in his forehead. Thanos appears in a post-credit scene grabbing his gauntlet.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
After the Ant-Man film introduces us to Scott Lang, Captain America: Civil War brings the rift between the Avengers to the forefront. Sparked by the devastation in Sokovia, the government wants to regulate the Avengers, and the superheroes take separate sides behind Cap and Stark to decide whether to comply or operate free from legislation. Black Panther and Spider-Man also pop up to help in the family squabble. Upon meeting Dr. Stephen Strange in Doctor Strange, audiences are led to yet another Infinity Stone hiding on Earth. The Eye of Agamotto seems to contain the same powers of the Time Stone, and Strange uses it to manipulate time and defeat his enemy. It is returned to its safe resting place by the end. Next, Star-Lord finds out he's half god in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Peter Parker realizes he should remain a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man in Spider-Man: Homecoming, and Thor fights his evil sister Hela in Thor: Ragnarok. As Asgard is being destroyed at the end of that film, Loki looks upon the Tesseract in Odin's vault, but we are unsure if he steals it. Black Panther does much more for T'Challa's origin story than for Avengers setup. However, audiences have yet to see the final Soul Stone, and some fans theorize it could be hiding in Wakanda, giving them the ability to visit the spirit world to speak to their ancestors. So will the Soul Stone appear in Avengers Infinity War? And will Thanos get his hands, or should we say gauntlet, on all 6 stones? Thankfully, our warriors will have some help.
Who the hell are you guys?